Bricka. We still haven't found it. This keeps getting further and further away. Sun is wild here. I hope this is Zuikerkop, huh? And not some other farmer's runway.
A week after doing my rating on the Orion Cub, we had a pretty easy plan. The plan was to ferry this aeroplane from Worcester airfield across South Africa to Zuikerkop for the annual Zuikerkop flying. From there, the aircraft would continue up to the Orion Aircraft factory near Johannesburg, where the team would do some work on it before the new owner collected it. The airplane had been based in Worcester, it had been sold, and somehow we were lucky enough to be trusted with helping move it across the country. But before we could even start flying the Orion Cub anywhere, we had one small problem. The roads into Worcester had been hit by flooding, so instead of driving to the aeroplane or catching an Uber, we had to fly to the aeroplane first. Right, so I think the trip starts here. This is Tristan, his bush baby. We just packed his bush baby to the brim, and we had to fly to Worcester because there's been rain.
There's been massive floods, so we couldn't get through with the car. The plan was to Uber to here, but we couldn't because all the roads are closed. So the only way to get to Worcester is literally to fly. So
there's a bunch of things that need to happen on time today because we're flying pretty fast. We're flying this airplane up to Zuikerkop, which is literally across South Africa. 40 minutes later, we are pre-flighted, ready to roll. Tristan's plane's there. Tristan's going to drop off the key quickly because we don't want to be halfway around South Africa with someone else's key. So the plan now is to fly to really far. First time flying this route, second time, third time in the plane, so let's get the show on the road.
Let's get going.
First Lima Alpha Romeo is taking off and we are routing towards Robertson, climbing 7,500 and then Beaufort.
At this point we were finally airborne in the Orion Cub, but it immediately became clear that it wasn't going to be a relaxing ferrying flight. It's a new aeroplane, a long route, time pressures, and now Tristan and I couldn't hear each other properly.
I think, we've been flying for 15 minutes, I still can't get Tristan to hear me. I don't know if it's maybe something with the Lightspeed headset and the Bose headset that the levels or something different.
Just to be clear, none of this was major drama. The aeroplane was flying fine. This was mostly us learning a different aircraft on a long ferry flight while dealing with some small things at the same time. The intercom wasn't playing nice, the autopilot took a bit of figuring out, and we're still getting used to how everything behaved. Nothing serious, just enough to keep us pretty busy.
We have now been flying for almost 40 minutes. We have about 2 hours to run. The problem is we still can't get Tristan to hear himself or me, and autopilot seems to be hunting a bit. I'm trying to use the autopilot, but it keeps hunting a bit, so we'll see what that's like. No, it's always a bit weird, different flying other people's airplanes. Not that it's a bad thing. So far it's been a relatively easy trip, besides your audio not working. I'm sorry, dude. Put the autopilot on altitude hold and see what it does. So we have a bit of a weird thing going on. The header tank light keeps coming on and off, but it seems to come on and off, and so we're running right through.
Ferry, Whiskey 3 Kilo, dispatching power droppers overhead airfield in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, so essentially I'm just running both on, it comes on and off, so just keeping an eye out for that. I know, so that's Markiesfontein, the town, and then we have a runway at the front here, so I think everything's fine. I think it's just because we did a bit of a, that slow climb. Like when you do a cruise climb, the header light does come on and off. I know my bush baby does the same, so fingers crossed, we hope everything's good. I'm sure it'll be good.
One thing that doesn't really show on camera well is how much admin happens on a flight like this, and even before the flight. You're not just pointing the airplane to the next stop and hoping for the best. We're crossing different areas, talking to the right frequencies, crossing FIRs, keeping clear of controlled and restricted airspaces, and making sure we stay ahead of fuel, weather and daylight. It's the kind of stuff that's boring to watch, but it's a big part of making a long ferry flight work.
Been flying for an hour, it doesn't feel like that. It feels longer for some reason. Probably because we're trying to fumble around with the radio to get the the passengers who think to work in the back there. Okay, so we're overhead Beaufort West 2 hours later, 2.5 hours later almost. We're gonna land here, put a bit of fuel in, and try and make it a quick stop. Hopefully it's a quick stop. Yeah, maybe have a natural break and then off to Kharib. So, yeah, I think that's it. Nothing crazy. First time landing here. For some reason, dude, it's either really quiet, like I don't hear anyone on the radio, so either it's just really quiet, or we're the idiots. Yeah, but I think they had some flying school or something here, but like it's dead quiet, there's like nothing going on. I did phone ahead and say like, hey, we're coming in. Yeah, there's zero wind. I did ask for the gravel runway and they said please don't land on the gravel runway because it is soaked, because they also had like massive rains. You can see how full this dam is. It's like pretty full. Oh, there's a bunch of water out there as well. We break. We got just over half tank, so we're actually not doing too badly on fuel. I think the next stretch is a catch though. It'll be tight on fuel for that one, which is why we're topping up here. Kristen, if you can help me look for a wind sock. I don't think there's much wind, but yeah, dude, this must have rained all like. I think it's like there at the apron. Okay, cool. Fair enough. You're looking into my noggin. Kuru Gateway, Lima Alpha Romeo is overhead the field, descending the dead side to join a right crosswind for 08 full stop. I think it's my feet that need to be woken up. It's also weird, like I always battle with that, like when you do a long trip, your side plate, like the runway looks so much different. Because you're so high, everything looks small. So all of a sudden you get to the runway and it's like, it's so hard to judge your height because, yeah.
So we safely landed at Beaufort West. Yes, Tristan.
Yeah,
2.5 hours. I think we're going to do a quick fuel stop, maybe grab a wee. They're going to help us put fuel in, so this is how they do it in South Africa. They get a gentleman that puts nice fuel in for you. See, everyone's friendly here. So yeah, quick fuel stop and then off to Kharib. Yeah, that's it. I hope the weather is the same as what we had now, because that was beautiful.
Yeah,
Everything's
beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything goes well. We could do with a bit more pitch in the front, but it's something that we must learn still. So maybe we'll figure that out now. And hopefully, I'll have audio.
Yeah.
Actually, should check that now.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where we're at. Okay, so we tried to fix Tristan's audio. We can't do that. We've filled up tanks, changed jerseys because it was getting pretty hot with that freaking jacket up there. Now it's off to Craftnet. We've got 2 hours and then we're on time. So I think we're gonna.
Audio, it's fine. It is what it is.
It's weird. Like we went through all the radio settings and everything, and just for some reason we can't get it right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kharib Dam. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Once you leave the bigger towns behind, South Africa gets very empty very quickly. It's beautiful, but in a small aeroplane it also makes you think harder about everything. Fuel, weather, alternates, gravel roads, and where you'd put it down if something changed. That's the part of ferry flying that I actually love. It's not dramatic, but you're always thinking a few steps ahead.
It's weird flying here because there's nothing and no one except this like straight little gravel road here or there. Something happens, you have to land on the gravel road and that's your choice. I just did a count now, we have about an hour, 25 minutes to Kharib. I think we might have to make that stop relatively quickly so we can actually make sunset that side. Because it looks to be like a 2-hour trip from Kharib to Zuikerkop. Sunset is at 5:30. Dude, it sucks so much that we can't like talk to each other. For some reason, like we're sitting at 75 miles an hour. True airspeed is 83 and ground speed is 93. So we're really literally going nowhere slowly as well. But I think what's nice is it's super nice day and like, the weather's actually been insane. We've hardly had any bumps. Because the autopilot here is like a bit weird, like it starts hunting after a while. Header tank light come on again, which is freaky. Never great. We've put the fuel pumps on. Come back on the power to see if we can get it. There's fuel gone up and down to see if we can get the header light off. It's still on. Weird, it comes and goes. I don't know if there's like two lights. I have no clue. There's not really any alternative airfield here, except really far down there. Otherwise, we got about 40 minutes to Karib for landing. Is the next landing spot. A bit of a tailwind, like almost 20 miles an hour, which is pretty nice. And we are getting bounced around a little bit. First time in the trip. The wind is blowing quite a lot here. So I'll have to check what the weather's doing as soon as we get closer. Because it is like these little hills. And when wind blows over hills, it causes issues. So I'll have to keep our eye out for that. Fingers crossed. Should be good. As long as we can land into the wind, we should be good. Quickly joining overhead. Big water airfield for wind check and then lining up for 01. Full stop landing. List approaches that you can do, I guess. Maybe I'm gonna go that runway then, the long one. But I don't think there's much wind here. Dude, it's actually like straight down both of them. Yeah, it's like gusting a little bit. It's fine. Just get all these lights on. Get us down to, now she wants to fly 80 miles an hour. Bricka.
Okay, so we've just landed at Karib. It's all big water area, it's pretty cool. They've really cleaned it up since the last time I was here. People are super friendly, we're grabbing some fuel, topping up, and then we're going to head again. Had better landings. Let's just maybe check that right brake is a bit like spongy, so yeah, we'll get Tristan's 2 minutes on that now. So if you ever wondered, get A1, avgas. The guys are super friendly and helpful. So yeah. So this is Khari, he's the airport manager, correct?
Yeah, that's correct, yes.
And yeah, he's given us some snacks and things, and yeah, super friendly. I think we need to come and make a stop here with Uncle Khari and talk airplanes, because it sounds like you've flown everything in
Totally. That would be so nice to hear you guys and to see you guys and make a fly in this way.
Yeah.
Bring some more aircraft with you.
Thank you very much for your hospitality. Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you guys. Thank you and have a safe flight.
Bye. Yeah, so now we need to rush because we're chasing the sun and maybe a better landing. By this point the day turned into exactly what these trips become. Quick fuel stops, quick checks, quick snacks on the run, and then straight back into the air. We still had one more leg to go, and now the clock started to matter. I'd never landed at the strip we were heading for, and the sun wasn't getting any higher.
Justin, you're sleeping there. Huh? Well, I just hit my funny bone on this thing here. Yeah, I'll see. Yo, we've been flying for an hour and 20 minutes already. So we've probably got another 50 minutes to go. It's been a long day, my bum is sore. It's like, okay, like most of the airspace stuff is done now. Because we had to deal with restricted airspace or whatever it is, a danger area. I had to like double check if we're not in Lesotho almost, because that's what it looks like. Like Lesotho is just off here, so I think... No dude, like Lesotho is literally... It's 100%, that is so cool. Yeah. And my phone's battery's flat. Tristan will have to navigate from the back. On the slow side, 77 mile an hour, size is 81. 5,200 RPM. That's where we're going. Going nowhere slowly. It's crazy how much nothing there is here. Another 45 minutes to fly. It's sort of puts you out of your comfort zone because it's different kinds of planning that we're not used to. It's different runways, airfields, density, altitude, heavy airplane, different airplane. Have gas, yeah. Super cool though. Like, I wouldn't mind living here at all. I think that is the town Lady Brand, which means we are 10 minutes to landing, give or take. And I think we hit the right time as well, like sunset. Well, sunset is like 10 to 5. And now we need to find a runway here somewhere.
This is the part I didn't really want to make dramatic, but it did become dramatic. The scenery was unreal, the light was perfect, but we were tired and the sun was low. We still hadn't found the runway yet. After a long day of flying, that gets your attention pretty quickly.
Okay. Let's maybe just do an inspection pass and then probably behind here that way. Thomas River is almost like this, Tristan. Oh man, when I was Zuiker, right. Oh, okay, this way. That way, okay, cool. Okay, sweet. Okay, so it should be dead ahead. Oh. On? Yeah, it's on the other side of this thing. Thanks, Tristan. Still looking for Zuikerkop. That one, the big... So we have to climb again. I think it's right. It's over there. No one flying here. There by us. The radios are busy. Yeah, got it. Oh, I think we maybe come from the other side. A little bit of a wind from there. From this side is better.
Of the Cooper, 2182, we are 208 miles south of Worcester. Worcester.
Haha! Hey, welcome to welcome to the God, it's been a long day. I hope this is a good swapper and not some other farmer's runway.
On the ground, we made it.
Yeah, I think that, dude, that was super epic.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a mission. I mean,
Yeah.
we left Grootfontein at sunrise this morning, and sunset probably 30 minutes away. So
Yeah.
it's been a whole day's flying. Stops were 20 minutes, nothing longer than
Yeah.
20 minutes. So whole day's flying.
sure. So I think tomorrow the flying starts. So this might be its own video or might not be its own video. So yeah, if this is its own video, the flying starts tomorrow. So that's the next video that's coming out. I could do with a beer.
Beer would be nice.
Yeah. So tomorrow, I think tomorrow's the flying and we get to fly the Orion Cubs, the demo planes. You think that? How do you think that's gonna go? Because it could be anything. And that was the day done. We started the morning trying to get to the airplane, and somehow we ended the day on the other side of the country, just before sunset, parked at the Zuikerkop Lodge. Tomorrow the real fun starts. Demo flights, more Orion Cubs, and a proper look at what these airplanes can do.